Hey crafty friends, Jen Cassell here. I'm super excited to be back with another design team project share and tutorial for Scrapdiva Deisgns. Today we are going to be focusing on the A2 shop front die. I know in my release video I had talked about maybe doing a book lovers or a coffee shop, one of the two. Well, someone had requested in the comments for me to do a Christmas themed one. So I did, much obliged, and I had so much fun with this. So I did a little gingerbread bakery. I love how it turned out, so good. So before we get into the project, here is her website, all of her info on the back. Make sure to use that hashtag Scrapdiva Deisgns for some amazing inspiration. And as always, if I've inspired you in any way, please feel free to use my coupon code JEN10 for 10% off your purchase at the shop. So let's take a look at this guy here. So cute. Like I said, I did the A2 shop front card with this. I also used these, and this is from the large loaded pocket that was released a couple months ago. I did that to create the sides of my bag, as well as the purse strap die. I love these dies. This is an essential for me. It's so cute. And I just chose two of them from the set. I liked this one because it went really well with the doily edge of my large loaded pocket. You'll see some of the ephemera from the collection. This is Mintay's Merry Little Christmas. I'm also using an Etsy digital file. I did use a couple of Cricut Design Space SVG files as well. The gingerbread is, and I just turned it into a print and cut. And then this is a file as well that I turned into a print and cut. And I kind of played around with all of the color and everything for it as well. So super cute. You'll see some of my handmade clay candy canes, some floral clusters using some of the poinsettia die that was released last Christmas at Scrapdiva. Same thing with this cute little gingy. I just love how this turned out. So cute. So if you'd like to see how I created it, stay tuned for the tutorial. All right, so let's talk about the components of the die. I already have them cut out and some of them are put together, but this is a really easy part to put together, so you should have no problems following along. I know this die seems a little intimidating because there are a lot of components to it, but it comes together really easily. So first, we have the main portion, this right here. And this is gonna be your bottom, this is your top, and then left, right. Okay, and this is what it cuts out to be. I have actually already added some of these swirls. This is from the 3D House gift box, and this is the add-on set for it, the gingerbread add-on. So I have these that I've already added. I did do a little bit of shading. This gathered twig distressing, and I've used basil cardstock and fawn for this portion. You're also going to have two of these right here. These are your top and bottom pieces, and I've already added a little squiggle to them as well as done the shading. Not included in the die set because this is meant to go on an A2 card base. Because we're not doing a card, I have cut a piece of paper that's going to go in the back of my shop window, and that is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. I've also cut this piece right here, and this is the cover for this part that flips over like this. And I just hand cut a piece of this plaid paper to go in the center of it. This is the awning. As you can see, there's two score lines in here. You're going to want to make it a U shape. And then I've cut, these are your layering pieces. In order to create the architectural pieces that go around your window, they're going to lie like this. You're going to need two of these, which you'll see right here, and the layering pieces are right here for this. You also have these extra ones. I did not cut those, but you could use those to add some extra layers to these pieces. That's what they're for. So the first thing that I'm going to do is make sure that all of my pieces are scored nicely with a bone folder to give me a nice crisp edge. And then I went through and I shaded all of these edges with that gathered twig distress. Now I'm just going to add the top and bottom pieces to it. And I'm just going to bring this over. Make sure everything is lined up nice and straight before you press down. I'm just going to close in these tabs on the side here. I'm going to bring that up. Make sure that this is nice and dry before you start moving around the box. Once again. All right, now that I have all four of those tiny little tabs closed, you're just gonna go ahead and add your back piece to it. And I'm gonna go in with Barely Art for this. I may touch it up with some hot glue. I haven't decided, but I'm going to add glue to all four tabs in the back at once and line it up that way. Because we have an open front to this, it's going to make it really easy to line everything up. And then just bring it over to this side. I'm going to flip it over and then use my bone folder to really make sure those edges are turned down. So our storefront's coming together. I am going to use some Barely Art cubies to give everything a whole bunch of dimension. I want to add some layers to this. Okay, so I have some cubies on all of my architectural pieces. I am just going to use a little bit of liquid glue to add this on. And if you notice, I'm not putting glue directly on the curvature, just adds a little more bulk. Okay. Now I'll add my first architectural piece. Just make sure to take your time and that everything lines up for you. Okay, now I'm just going to add this to my center. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now I just have to add my awning to the top. I'm glad that I added these with some foam tape so I can just slide that right down. I'm just gonna use some hot glue for this. I'm going to set this aside, let it cure, and we're gonna get started on the back portion. For this portion, I'm going to be using the large loaded pocket that came out. It was right around Easter time that these came out. And I'm just using the scalloped layer and then the layering piece for the center from this die set. Started to put some of them together because once again, I just wanted to save a little time, but I have written out exactly what you're going to need. So I did 4 scallop tags. When I cut 4, I glued 2 of them together just to give it a really nice sturdy base. I then added the layering piece for the top for both of these. I've cut 2 additional layering pieces. These are going to be on the inside of my bag. I've grabbed 2 of the purse straps and I've already added the overlay to it. I will link all of the dies used in the description box. So I did do a little bit of hand cutting. You're gonna need 2 5 3/4 pieces by 3 1/2. That's this right here. You'll need 2 of these. I've scored at 1/2 inch on either side of the long side. I've done that twice. You're also going to need for your bottom portion a 5 by 3 1/2. That's gonna look like this. I've scored a 1/2 inch on all sides, and then I went through and just notched my corners just so I've got some more movement. Your layering pieces for the exterior of the bag are going to be 5 5/8 by 2 3/8. And then you're also going to need 1 of 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. I will write all of these measurements in the description box as well. To take it easy on yourself, you could just use the exterior bag measurements twice for the interior of the bag, but I chose to make my interior layers just a tiny bit smaller. So I took a 1/8 of an inch off all of these measurements. So for this pink stripe that's going on the interior of the bottom, I did 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. And then for the interior portion of this, I did 5 1/2 by 2 1/4. You'll need 2 of those. I want to show you, I've already put one of these together and I want to show you how I did it. So you can go ahead and put our layering piece on this. Once I have that, I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna go to the interior portion. Now, when I put glue on this, I'm not going to glue down like the last inch or so of my paper. I'm still gonna add a tab underneath here, so I didn't want to get too crazy. To do this, I'm gonna show you how I did it. You could use your paper trimmer for this too, but I'm just gonna show you a quick and easy way to hand cut, or just do it by hand, I should say. So I'm gonna find the center, which is right about here. Make a little mark, bring my ruler over, and make sure that everything is nice and straight for this part, especially if you're not using your paper trimmer like I am. I'm gonna bring my stylus or scoring tool, whatever you have. I'm gonna give it a really nice score. Now I'm gonna measure about 1 inch up from the bottom and mark, okay? I'm leaving my stylus right there and I'm pulling it to this corner right here. And then from that mark down, score. I'm gonna flip it over and do the exact same thing. I'm gonna find that center piece right here, line up the corner, there we go. I can bend it like I normally would if we were making any other bag. I'm gonna come over to my bottom piece. I'm gonna add some hot glue. And that is why we didn't glue down that last inch. I'm gonna bring my glue over, glue down this, both sides again. Make sure that this is nice and tight before moving on to the next step. Now I'm going to flip over. I want this on my interior. So add glue to your tab. Okay, once these are dry, we can start flipping these up, and I'm gonna glue my tab on this side once again. So you want to add your glue over here. I may add glue right at the same time for these, just for when I flip it. Okay. So I'll make sure to hold it at the top first. That way it's not going anywhere. Now I'll flip it and bring my bone folder in. Okay, so we've got the base of our bag completed. Really super simple, guys. Now I would like to come over, I'm gonna add my straps at this point. Use that bone folder to really give it a good curve. It's gonna be so much easier to glue these down and make sure that they're fitting properly when you have a curved paper already. To make it easy for myself, I am just going to line them up right here. Okay. Let's flip it over and do the other one. I think that I am going to use a mix of hot glue and regular glue for that. I'll start by lining this up, and I think it may be easiest to line it up using flipping it over. I'll grab my hot glue gun. All right, I have a whole bunch of glue on this side, and I'll do the same thing. Let's line it up this way first. I think the easiest way to check and make sure that my bag is level is by keeping it upright. And now that I know this is level, I'll go in. What do you think of it so far? Cute, cute, cute. Put this more towards the bottom portion of the bag. Okay. Oh, isn't this adorable, you guys? Oh, you guys, so cute. So I have a few ideas on how I'm gonna decorate it. I'm gonna show you kind of what I have planned and the few things that I've pulled from my stash. So I did these. These are the sprigs that I've been using with Mintay's collection for a while. This is just from a larger like bush style pick from Michael's around this time of year, or Joann's, one of the two, maybe Hobby Lobby, I don't know. I also grabbed these little gingies, and they are from the gingerbread house add-on for the 3D house gift box. These two are from that 3D house gift box as well, the add-on piece. I've done some of these cutesy little candies that I thought would look adorable in there. I do have a couple candy canes. I don't know if I will use them. I may just be using the clay one that I handmade. I also have some holly, and this is actually one of my favorites. The holly comes with the elf that came out. There's a small, medium, large for the elves, and this is part of that die set. Super, super cute. So you get 2 different leaves, but there's 4 different sizes. So a lot of fun there. The gumdrops are all part of that gingerbread add-on. I've also done this. These are just some of the mini ornaments from, I believe, Hobby Lobby in their Christmas section. And then so is this too, I believe. I've also cut some snowflakes. These are all Scrapdiva dies from various different dies that she released around the holidays. I have some poinsettias in here. I have this little banner. This is from the suitcase, the 3D suitcase. I have a Holly Jolly Christmas. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. But these are kind of like my Scrapdiva die cutting things that I pulled. These are my print and cuts that I did from the Mintay collection. And there's actually, this is a Cricut file too. I just really like this one. So it's a gingerbread, and this is actually made, supposed to be like a lot bigger, but I just sized it down. I added a couple different layers for print and cuts. Love how this turned out, super cute. This too is from Cricut that I made into a print and cut. I found that on Cricut's website too. I thought that was kind of fun. The rest are from that digital collection that I really like, that I got off Etsy. I think I told you guys about it, but I really like these. I mean, they're dead on. They're dead on from Mintay. Love it. I did a few different ones of these gingerbread bakery. This is an SVG file from Design Space that I made into a print and cut. I wasn't sure what size I wanted, so I did do a couple different sizes. Once again, from that digital collection. In fact, all of these are from the digital collection. I mean, look at that. Look at how cute that is. It's ridiculous. But I have some bows. I'm just gonna play a little bit and see what comes to mind. So I will be right back. So here it is, my finished product, and I love it. It's so cute. So let's start at the top. I have this gingerbread right here. I did the smallest of my plaques that I had made, a couple floral clusters. Look at that cute little gingy. So cute. Everything got a dusting of that snow paste that I love to use. Inside my shop window, I have that banner, I have that blanket ladder in the back, along with a tiered tray in the front. I added some really cute gingerbread houses in here. I did another little floral cluster on the front with this adorable girl Gingy, some of those poinsettias. I did one of my handmade clay candy canes. Just so good, so good. It's all set up on this gingerbread Christmas tree. I added that gingerbread way, of course. And if you look on the back, this is where I ended up using the larger of the labels that I had done. So cute. And let me tell you, this isn't going anywhere. This is a super sturdy box. And it's pretty generously sized too. Really, really cute. I was thinking this would be perfect for like a little, for dressing up a bottle of lotion, maybe throwing some socks in there. This is pretty big. A cute little gift card for your bestie, but I love it. I mean, this is a gift in and of itself. I love how cute this turned out. So if I've inspired you in any way, please feel free to use my coupon code JEN10 for 10% off your purchase at the shop. And once again, here is her website. I will link it in the description box, all of her info. Make sure to use that hashtag Scrapdiva Designs. I'd love to see what you're creating. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more crafty content. I'll see you in the next crafty video. Bye.